What up? What up? What up? Rec League Podcast, episode number 10. This was supposed to be episode 11. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. But when I wanted to do episode 10, I advertised a big Christmas montage. Tons of people Skyping in, giving me their 5 favorite Christmas movies. I had a family emergency, man. Life happens. So honestly, that episode, that idea is probably not gonna get used for another 12 months. I'll do it next December. So if I asked you to jump on with me, remember them 5 movies that you were gonna say, and then say them again in December 2019. On this episode, it's kind of like the yearly wrap up. The last episode each year, I'm gonna have people jump in. I'm gonna have people give me their favorite movies, their 5 favorite movies, their 5 favorite albums. But this year I got a few guys to give me their 5 favorite movies of the year. My guy International O, who was on a few episodes ago and gave his college football predictions and whatnot. He's back, and we're gonna talk NFL playoffs. We're gonna he's gonna speak on the college football national championship, and then y'all know him, y'all love him, OldManLawrence. Me and him are gonna give you guys our 5 favorite albums of 2018. Before I break out, jump on the Rec League Podcast YouTube channel, give us a subscribe over there. Rec League Podcast Facebook page, Rec League Pod on Twitter. Follow, like, same Rec League Podcast on Instagram, man. All appreciated. And let's look at some poll questions. I did 4 poll questions because I missed that week. So, and these are all Christmas movie related. With the holidays getting right behind us now. Which is your favorite Christmas movie? Tell me your favorite if I didn't make it a choice. Choices were Scrooged, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Home Alone, and The Santa Claus, the original with Tim Allen, 1994. At 38%, Home Alone wins this. I 1,000% endorse this choice. At second, Scrooged won, which it had to lead when I first posted the poll, so I thought it had a shot. And like Scrooged is, in my opinion, one of the most underrated Christmas movies, but it came in second. Right behind it at 24% was a Santa Claus, and then somehow, I don't see how this finished last. I don't see how this wasn't closer, or how it didn't even win Christmas Vacation with 13%. The second poll question I did was, which is your favorite not a Christmas movie, because I watch a lot of movies during December, and there's like 2 or 3 that my wife will come in like, that's not even a Christmas movie. The choices are Die Hard, Lethal Weapon, Batman Returns, and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Far and away winning this is Die Hard at 71%. And my guy, who you'll hear from later, at the Nick Goodman, comments that this poll is going exactly as it should. The comment on Twitter isn't coming up, but that's more or less what he said. When he said that, like, Die Hard had like all the votes. Die Hard was at 100%, and it won at 71. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang comes in second at 15. Lethal Weapon 14%, and a huge letdown. No votes for Batman Returns. At my next poll question, which is your favorite Christmas themed sequel? There'll be a series of movies, and they'll have that one movie that's like just the Christmas edition. And the choices were, this poll actually ended very pointless. The choices were Ernest Saves Christmas, Friday After Next, A Very Harold and Kumar Christmas, and A Bad Mom's Christmas. There's no winner in this poll. Rec League first. Ernest Saves Christmas, Friday After Next, and A Very Harold and Kumar Christmas all got 33%, which ends up being 99, so there should be a winner, right? It doesn't even say A Bad Mom's Christmas got 1%. A Bad Mom's Christmas got 0 votes. And my last poll question was, which is your favorite adult-themed Christmas movie? The choices are Trading Places, Bad Santa, The Night Before, and Office Christmas Party. Office Christmas Party, I kind of had to struggle. I was like, I need a fourth, so I might as well throw this one in. Trading Places wins at 44%. Very funny. Great chemistry between Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. Jamie Lee Curtis. It's classic. In second place is Bad Santa, which is the one that I picked. And I'll be voting on my own poll questions. And The Night Before got 22%. I can't even hate, man. I watched The Night Before the other day. It's hysterical. Once again, no votes for Office Christmas Party. So when I get back, I'm gonna do the I don't know what I do every show. This is what's on Blu-ray. This is what's in the theater. Then we're gonna get into the list, the 5 favorite movies of the year list. When my guests are done, I'll give mine, and then we'll carry on from there. And we back, man. Hopefully you're still watching. I promised you guys Blu-ray and DVD updates. And since it's been what feels like a really long time since my last episode, man, basically all the new Blu-ray DVD releases in December, you got the Happy Time Murders, Mission Impossible Fallout, Smallfoot, Peppermint, Equalizer 2, which if you watch on my personal channel, my Blu-ray collection update, my complete Blu-ray collection update, I mentioned how cool I think the Equalizer 2 cover art is. And then you had A Simple Favor, The House with the Clock in the Walls, The Predator, Venom, the Shield Complete series box set came out on Blu-ray. And then most recently, White Boy Rick just came out. Theatrically, theatrically is when a lot of like limited release awards contenders come out. But I can tell you that Once Upon a Deadpool had its limited run. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse came out. Mortal Engines, The Mule came out. Mary Poppins Returns came out. And then Aquaman, Vice. I think something else came out against Aquaman. Welcome to Marwen, the Robert Zemeckis directed Steve Carell movie. And then Holmes and Watson. Two of those, Vice and Welcome to Marwen, didn't come to my theater. I didn't get a chance to see them. And then I've just been too busy to see Mary Poppins. And then the rest of the month, I saw what I wanted. Some good, some very, 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 very disappointing. And then as far as what's about to come out, like in between episodes, you got Night School and Bad Times at the El Royale coming out on Blu-ray. And then the week after that, Mid-90s comes out, which I want to see. I'm a Jonah Hill fan, so I just want to see it. Support an artist that I like. And then theatrically, Escape Room comes out the first Friday of January. And then The Upside. I want to see both of those, one more than the other. But I hope, you go to see a movie, man, you hope they're always good. You hope every movie you watch is good. Unfortunately, that's not the case, man. Let me flip it right quick, and then we're going to get into some top 5 favorite movies of the year lists, and I will give you guys mine after everybody else is through. All right, man, we got another one of my social media homies. If you guys remember the horror movie podcast I did, you remember the world famous Nick Goodman, world famous on Instagram and Twitter. Your 5 favorite movies of the year, man, 5 through 1. Whenever you're ready.
All right, so usually I go all in at Oscar time. So right after the end of the year, I usually watch a whole lot of movies. So this might change. It might stay the same. I don't know. I think I've got a pretty good 5. So for the time being, right now, my number 5 is Mission Impossible Fallout. I liked it more even than I thought I would, and that's a series that I love. I think it was the best of the series. Probably my favorite action movie of the year right now. I just thought it was great. So that's my number 5. Number 4 is a movie that I think has fallen under a lot of people's radar, and I hope maybe it gets a second wind, and that's The You Give. A lot of people I just feel like missed this movie, and I thought the message in it was really good. I'm not really familiar with the book. I'm not a big reader, but I thought the message was great. I thought the acting was just fantastic. Really great, moving story. So I hope a lot of people get a chance to see this. It's coming out in a few weeks to stream and buy. So I hope a lot of people see that. Number 3, I got Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse as another one that I just think just caught people by surprise, myself included. Like, I was stoked for it. I knew I was going to like it, but it just really just blew me away how good it really was.
Yeah.
And right now, it's sitting as my favorite animated movie of the year.
Mine too.
One of like the year, like one of the biggest comic book movie years to date, and it really sits kind of up at the top of what with the best.
It came out like Rocky. It came out like the Rocky of the comic book movies, and just challenged the best.
Like the one that you were kind of like, yeah, we got Spider-Verse, but then we got Aquaman, and then Spider-Verse just kind of like blew them all away.
Yeah.
It was really, really good. I kind of want to go see it again. Number 2 was a movie that I thought might stay at number 1 for a while just because I'm such a geek, but number 2 is Avengers Infinity War. I mean, you can't really say anything that hasn't already been said.
Right.
It's probably like one of the most ambitious movies ever made, really. I mean, just big idea after big idea, and pretty much everything worked. Like, it just kind of blew my mind. Like, you don't leave the theater seeing Infinity War the same way as you were going into the theater seeing Infinity War. That's how I look at it. Like, it was just completely just groundbreaking in almost every way, and I loved it. I can't wait for Endgame. Like, I'm gonna cry. It's gonna be bad. So number 2 is Infinity War, and number 1 was a movie that again, like, surprised me. I was excited for it, but like really just watching it, like halfway through, I was like, wow, this is next level for me. Number 1, I've got A Star Is Born. My first 5-star rating that I've given a movie since like 2010 or something, I want to say. Like, I gave Toy Story 3 a 5-star rating, like back when that came out.
That's what I noticed about you. Like, you don't give many 5s.
I really, just because, like, I always think, like, is there something I would change, or, like, was this perfect?
Yeah.
And most of the time, like, when I freak out over a movie, I'm like, it wasn't perfect. I liked it. Star Is Born, like, watching the movie, I was like, they made all the right choices. I like, the acting, like, the cast was so good. Like, Dave Chappelle and Andrew Dice Clay, like, these people that you wouldn't necessarily even think of in those roles.
Yeah.
Blew it away. Like, they were just so good. And I think it's one of Bradley Cooper's, it might be Bradley Cooper's best performance, in my opinion. Like, I know Lady Gaga is getting, like, all the credit, and well deserved, but I think it might be his best performance.
I don't know, man. Bradley Cooper's got, like, Yes Man and Failure to Launch and all those esteemed performances.
That's what I was thinking, like Failure to Launch, Wedding Crashers, like those are coming in my head.
Sack.
I was like, I better watch what I say. It's like Failure to Launch, American Sniper, like one of those.
Yeah.
It's tough. But, and like, you know, Sam Elliott, just the whole thing, the music, the direction, everything came together just to make this, what I thought was, it's hard to say a perfect movie, but as perfect a movie as I saw this year, I got to give number 1 to A Star Is Born. Okay,
cool. You got 1 or 2 that you want to have everybody stay away from that came out this year?
Yeah. I got 3, like, off the top of my head that I rated, like, really, really low. Don't go see Holmes and Watson.
Bro.
I know it's enticing. You think Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, that they're like the, you know,
that was the sell.
Great comedic duo of our time right now. So, and that's probably why they got the good cast. Like Rebecca Hall, like Ray Fiennes from Schindler's List was in Holmes and Watson. So I'm like, that's probably why the cast like signed on, but it's not good. Like, there's not really any excuses I can even make for Holmes and Watson. Just don't, like, wait for it to come on Netflix or whatever.
I just look at, like, the writing and the director, like same director as Get Hard. While Get Hard, I don't think was as dull as Holmes and Watson, where like the humor just didn't hit. But Etan Cohen, however you say his name, man, I don't know if comedy is his avenue.
I thought Get Hard was funny. Like when that like it made me laugh, but it was more. I don't know.
Kevin
like
Hart.
The jokes and everything in that were more scripted than I feel like this time they were trying to do like a Step Brothers where it was like just go with what you feel.
Just,
we're not
just
even
improv.
Yeah. We're not even going to write down anything. Just go through like you guys are funny. So it's like some of the ideas, like him trying on hats and like him calculating how to piss on the wall. Like these are funny in theory, but like you have to like I feel like Step Brothers and Anchorman and the other guys, which is the most underrated to me.
Yeah.
I feel like they had jokes that, they took a lot of takes and ended up picking the one that was the funniest. Like there was a collaborative effort to be like, all right, you can call me Dragon is probably what you should say here because that shit's fucking funny.
I think they had Adam McKay knowing how to get the best out of these guys.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like Talladega Nights and Anchorman, these movies are just weird,
ridiculous.
And, like, could not work probably without that collaborative effort of everybody. And that's why I say like Holmes and Watson is like kind of a weird concept that just didn't work.
Yeah. I feel like they were like, okay, Jude Law, Downey, Guy Ritchie did this. How do we make it funny?
Yeah,
and they failed.
Like, and they just didn't do it. Like, they were like, well, we can just do modern things as if they were taking place. That's funny, like a drunk text.
Yeah,
like,
what if Sherlock Holmes sent a drunk text and a dick pic?
And I'm like, I don't know. Like it just, I guess like I can understand how like one person maybe at the table thought that was a funny idea, but it's like I don't know. And I'm starting to hear that like Netflix turned it down and stuff like that.
Really?
So it's gotta be like a known thing at this point that it's just not good. But
if they'll take something like The Ridiculous Six, but not Holmes and Watson, that's pretty bad.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and I even said like Cloverfield. Like I thought Cloverfield Paradox was pretty bad, and like the Adam Sandler movies and all that stuff, and like they're picking those up. Just like, please give them to us.
Yeah.
They turned down Holmes and Watson, so that's. But like Holmes and Watson is amongst my worst, and then like that's probably my most disappointing movie. Like a movie that probably should have been better. But then like movies like Slender Man and Truth or Dare, like those are ones that I saw this year that just sucked ass. But I feel like it's like less surprising that those were bad. But like I thought like Truth or Dare was probably like the dumbest movie I've seen. And even going in, I was like, this is gonna be stupid, but I'm here for it, and it was worse than I was ready for. But yeah, so movies like that, just life's too short, man. Just don't watch A Star Is Born, watch Spider-Verse, watch some of these movies that you're hearing people hype up. Pay attention to them. Don't watch Slender Man for Truth or Dare.
Cool. So 2 weeks from now, we're going to get you back for the 5 most anticipated, right?
Yeah, I'm there for it. I think I've probably got like 15 movies next year, like in my head, like, oh my God, I can't wait. So I'll try to narrow it down to a 5.
Good deal.
I can do it.
At the Nick Goodman, Instagram, Twitter. I don't know. That's where I follow you. Letterboxd. I'm probably gonna try really hard to pick up my Letterboxd game after the first of the year. Now that I'm done with like Christmas movies and all that stuff, I'm gonna try to like carve out time to actually write out reviews. Cool.
I kind of fell off a few months ago.
It happens.
Yeah.
Hey man, now we got my guy. Y'all know him from past episodes, man. Awesome Joe. Check him out, Facebook, YouTube. Awesome Joe's awesome movie reviews, man. 5 through 1, your favorite movies of 2018, man. Take it away.
All right, so let's go ahead and start off with number 5, Black Panther. Love Black Panther. Great introduction to a brand new character to the expanded universe of the MCU. Great character. I'm looking forward to seeing more of him if he were to be coming in and returning into future films. Next, let's go on with number 4 of A Quiet Place. A Quiet Place is a fantastic film, one that I did not even believe to be a great film, to be one of my top favorites of the year of 2018. I really do love the chemistry between both of Emily Blunt and John Krasinski. You know, even though he's the director of the film and they're married in real life, I think that they do a really great connection with one another working together. At number 3 is, of course, this is going to be on the list, Avengers Infinity War at number 3. Of course, everybody loves Avengers. Everybody was looking forward to this film. I was looking forward to it, but I didn't find it to be good enough to make it to the number 1 part of the list. But it was a great, interesting film, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Endgame has in store for us in this next couple of months here. Then at number 2, we got Creed 2. Oh my God, I love Creed 2. It was so amazing. If anybody has watched any of my videos, you come to believe that if a movie brings me to tears, it's definitely popping up on my list, because that's what Creed 2 did. It really touched me in the heart. And once it does that, boom, you have made it onto that list. And I love how having to see that this is Sylvester Stallone's final film portraying the character of Rocky, and it's a great, excellent ending to his legacy, and passing the torch over to Michael B. Jordan as the character Creed. And looking forward to seeing future films without Sylvester Stallone included into the films, even though we'll be missing him very dearly. And then at number 1 is, of course, the one I forgot to mention to you a long time ago, Mission Impossible Fallout. I remembered it this time. Oh my God, Mission Impossible Fallout. Such an amazing, incredible film. Not only did I enjoy it the first time, I enjoyed it the second time when I went ahead and watched it. We went to go watch it together at the theater. Such an incredible, amazing film. Tom Cruise can do it all. He doesn't need any stunt doubles. He's a brilliant actor, even though he's not very favored by many fans out there in the world. But I find that he is such an incredible actor and a great stunt performer. And I'm really much looking forward to seeing that there is going to be a possible Mission Impossible future films. So I'm very much looking forward to it.
All right, cool. You got one or two that you want to tell everybody to stay away from?
Oh, let's see. The Meg. Oh God, the Meg. No. Oh man, that movie really, really upset me. I really hated that movie so much. I don't know when it comes to a movie like that, because I was very, very anticipated to go and watch a film like that, because I love shark movies. And I was really excited to go out and see this one, especially having to see that Jason Statham was going against this gigantic shark. But unfortunately, it was a very huge disappointment for me. And I encourage for all those viewers out there to stay away from this movie. It's not worth having to go out and watch. I mean, in my personal opinion, I know that there's several others out there who would think differently. But other than the fact, I'd say that the Meg is a massive disappointment for me throughout the year of 2018.
Okay, cool. 2 weeks, episode 11, we're going to come back and give you a top 5 most anticipated, right?
Absolutely. I will be here.
Good deal. Yo, now if you guys remember the horror movie podcast I did a couple episodes ago, got my IG social media homie, Mr. Sigmund, who I thought was in one location, but to new knowledge has been brought to light that he is not in the location that I had thought, but he about to give you guys his top 5 movies of the year, best, favorite, whatever your preference. Go 5 through 1, man.
All right, what's going on with you? All right, so the list won't be as complete as I would like it, but just gonna do what we can do with it. So I guess we won't do in any particular order. I'll just do the 5 best, or not best, or just the 5 that'll stick out. So, do a little writing down. We're going to start with, actually, Avengers Infinity War. And you're going to see a lot of comic book movies on this list, because basically they've been doing pretty good this year.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And so with this movie, a lot of people, and it's another movie I'm going to name, and people are going to say that it's overrated. And I see in social media, especially with the cinephile community, people equate overrated to bad, and that's not exactly what overrated means.
Nah.
And some movie, it gets more hype than it should, but it's still a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I think Infinity War is I mean, given everything they had to do, how many like main talking characters they have? Over 30, and it's amazing. I think it splits up into 3 separate stories with 3 different groups.
Yeah.
And you for people who have seen the movie, I take it everybody's seen it. That'll be listening. And you got the which battle was better, the battle on Titan or the battle on Wakanda? And and like their reaction right there, you're like, man, it's a hard one.
Yeah, it's tough.
And that's what's so great about it, because it's such a well-made movie with the action and characters. And there's one thing I wanted to touch on, is the acting in the movie, for a comic book movie. More specifically, Robert Downey Jr. and what's the girl name who plays Gamora? I forget her name.
Zoe Saldana.
Zoe, yeah, and her acting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people were talking about and of course the movie took a left turn when she becomes a major part of the plot.
Oh yeah.
Everybody knows what happens with that in that whole scene. And even in the I guess a mocap performance, Josh Brolin as Thanos.
He killed it.
Yeah.
He killed it. He's my favorite MCU villain all 2022 movies.
There you go. Yeah, and it's hard to argue that. So, but let's go off into another movie. Remember, it's in no particular order. And so, sorry to bother you.
It's on my shelf, and I still haven't had a chance to watch
Right.
it. I heard it's great.
I won't spoil it at all, because it's so from the trailer, you've seen the trailer.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll just put it this way. It's a very, how you say, out of left field, right?
Yeah.
Now, this movie, I'll say from the last of the second act and all of the third act, it doesn't just go out of left field. It's a whole nother sport. You want to use sports analogies, but
all right.
No, it's a very well-written movie, very funny movie. It's essentially a comedy.
What's his name? Bruce Riley. Did he write it too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Debut. He wrote it and directed.
That's what's up.
And what happens when you all, and for the people who have seen the movie, it's a very layered movie. I saw the movie twice in theaters, and you pick up on some stuff you didn't the first time around, as far as undertones and this and that, what stuff that's going on in society.
Yeah.
And the poster of the movie, have you seen it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the poster is real dope.
Phone with something wrapped around his head.
I don't think I've seen that poster. You be digging down in the depths of dope poster, like Sigmund 7 Cinema, man. Follow this dude on Instagram. He be coming up with like some of the dopest like alternate posters for when he be watching or posting trivia. Like, I get a kick out of it daily.
Now,
I don't think I've seen that one.
Cinema.
Say what?
Yeah, but no, sorry to bother you. And there's one more thing in that movie that it's an act. I was talking about acting, and a lot of people aren't really a fan of him these days because of something he did on Twitter. I'm talking about Armie Hammer.
Oh, the Stan Lee thing?
Yeah. And now, he's in a movie.
Yeah. Is he a voice or is he an actor?
He's an actor in the movie.
Okay.
He's an actual character in the movie. And I go as far as to say that I wouldn't be surprised if he popped up with an Oscar nomination for supporting actor.
Wow. Okay.
And he was in another movie last year about I forget the name of it. It was a big deal award movie also. Call Me by Your Name.
Oh yeah.
I think that's the one. But anyway, he in this movie, and I didn't realize it was Armie Hammer till like 5 minutes into. I'm like, oh, that's because he was like doing such a good job acting. I'm sorry, but you're not really used to seeing that from him.
Yeah, like, that's why, like, not to get off on a little sidebar tangent or whatever, but I see all these fan cast posts about Armie Hammer as Batman. I'm like, no, I do not want Armie Hammer as Batman.
Yeah, and you saw how far along that got. the George Miller Justice League movie.
Yeah, he
And
was
it was
Batman.
like real far along, like a couple of weeks away from shooting.
Yeah, all due respect to Mad Max Fury Road and his legacy, man, but that Justice League movie might have been a train wreck.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see. Yeah, and jumping back onto the Stan Lee thing, so you saw what he basically wrote.
Yeah, something like fans posting pictures with Stan Lee of them with Stan Lee makes it about them and takes away from Stan Lee and his legacy and all of that.
And that's what a lot of people got confused about, because what he actually wrote was people doing tributes to Stan Lee by taking pictures of himself. He didn't actually say fans, and he was talking about one particular actress because she took a picture. And she was like in L.A., you could tell somewhere with a leg up and with a mimosa in her hand, like, oh, missing Stan Lee. And I'm talking about the new Captain Marvel.
Word.
She took the picture down off Instagram, but it was up there, and people didn't catch on that's what he was actually talking about.
I didn't see all that. I saw that she did something that was kind of like disrespectful to Stan Lee after he passed. But I didn't see what it was. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And that's what he was talking about, but people, have quick social media, and they hopped on him thinking he was ragging on the fans, and he wasn't.
Knee-jerk reactions,
Yeah, so that's what that was really about, and I think people figured it out when they saw the Brie Larson thing.
Okay.
But anyway, that's it. Back to the list. So we got Avengers Infinity War, Sorry to Bother You. And I'm going to go with another comic book movie. Remember, in no particular order. Black Panther. All right. And this one is very interesting because obviously you have the cultural significance behind it. Which is important.
Of course.
And so put that to the side for a second. Just talk about phone buzzing. How good the movie is.
It's great.
Yeah, and I think it's an awesome movie. And now if anybody ever comes onto my IG page, I actually use Empire Movie Magazine.
Mm-hmm.
I use their star rating system. I think it's probably one of the top to bottom perfect star rating systems. It goes up to 5 stars.
Right.
And I gave like in Infinity Wars, when I reviewed my movies, I gave it 5 stars, and I gave Black Panther 5 stars.
I think I did too. I didn't give very many 5s this year, but Black Panther definitely got one.
Yeah, and it's I don't hand out a lot of those 5-star reviews, but I saw Black Panther I think 3 times in theaters, and so the story itself. Now, you mentioned with Infinity War, we were talking about 22 MCU movies.
Something like that. I don't know the official count. I just threw out a number I knew was close.
It's a lot. Right?
Yeah.
And I want to use this as an example. Infinity War, the way it comes on, right? If you hadn't seen Thor Ragnarok, you wouldn't know what the hell is going on.
Nah.
Right?
Yeah, because they jump in like everybody's already seen Thor, yeah.
Right. Go to Black Panther. The way that they structure the story, I guess mild spoilers if people haven't seen it. He's already on the jet going to a mission, and he does the mission, and they have on TV, they mention what he did in Civil War and what happened. It's television exposition. It's a slick screenwriting gimmick or whatever. And basically, Black Panther works as a standalone movie. It can't work as a standalone movie. Even the characters from the other movies, like what's his name from I'm bad with names. The Hobbit.
Martin Freeman.
Martin Freeman. He was in Civil War. His character comes back.
I don't remember his character's name, but yeah.
Yeah, but his character comes back.
Ross.
And there you go, Ross. And even if you didn't know his character from Civil War, he gives a brief description of who he is and what he does.
Yeah.
And even also comes back from the second Avengers movie.
Yep.
Even if you didn't see that movie, they put together with who he is and what he's doing. Like, I'm trying to intercept this deal that's going on.
Yeah.
And Black Panther is one of the movies in the later MCU movies that you could just hop right into it.
Yeah. You don't need to see anything before.
Exactly. That's real hard to do with all these movies. Like Infinity War, as great as it was, you had to have seen at least 2 of the previous movies.
Yeah. It was like,
and
Ryan Coogler, man. Ryan Coogler, he's one of the best young directors working today. Maybe one of the best directors working today. And man, he just crafted a well-made movie.
That's only his 3rd movie.
Yeah.
That's nuts. But so with Black Panther, I mentioned a lot of people are unfairly coming at it sideways because of its achievements. And then what I mean by that is the cultural significance of it. And I'm going to give an example. I wrote in the review, my IG review, and somebody tried to come at me. And although the primary cast of the movie is probably 90-95% black, and in the main cast you got Ross and Claw, Andy Serkis, and I forget his real name.
Martin Freeman.
Yeah, Martin Freeman. There are only 9 black people in the main cast. Although most of the people are black, the black people are not all American. And it's kind of a diverse cast in that sense, if you look at it. What's the star of the movie? Look at me. Chadwick Boseman is American. My man from Get Out, he's British.
Daniel Kaluuya.
Daniel Kaluuya, yeah, he's British. His sister Shiri, I forgot what her nationality is. It's not American and it's not British.
Yeah.
And it's a couple of other people in there, and I brought that to the attention in my review.
Lupita Nyong'o.
Yeah, they give Lupita. Yeah, she's I believe South African or something like that.
She's 2 surprising ethnicities.
Yeah,
I don't know them off the top of my head, but they're surprising.
Yeah, but somebody came at me in the comments when I said I used the word, and it's a diverse cast in that respect. And he said, I forget exactly what he said. I wish I had saved it.
Somebody ignorant just looking at skin color.
Yeah, and he said, well, no, isn't the movie, it's not really diverse. I forgot, he used a specific word. I'm not going to get it, but he basically said it's not really diverse since everybody in the movie is black. He said, I don't see that as being very fair. And basically I said, so what about 98% of every other movie ever made? It's the other way around.
Yeah.
Then they didn't respond.
No, of course.
Yeah, and one movie comes out and, you just can't leave it alone and be happy for, I guess it's achievements with this cultural significance of it.
I feel you.
It's something you really don't see. And also another movie, it's not on my list, but Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah.
It's a hit movie with a primary Asian cast. It's another achievement.
That cast might be more Asian than Black Panther is black.
Yeah, exactly.
I watched it a couple weeks ago. I don't remember any other ethnicity within the cast.
Yeah,
I might be blanking though.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. When I'm Black Panther, and I use that as an example.
Yeah.
But people get so silly, like, oh, they see anything else but what they usually see in a movie. I'm like, man, come on, it could be different and still be great.
Exactly, man. Yeah, like as not to get off topic as far as movies, man, but like we gotta come together as humans, man. Let everybody shine. Like stop looking at basic skin color and superficial stuff, man. Like as people, we all gotta uplift and support, man.
Yeah. There's you wish it could be like that, man. Knuckleheads out here. But back to the movie, you mentioned when we talk about Infinity War, Thanos as being one of the best villains, and an argument other than the race stuff that's going on with Black Panthers with Killmonger. Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan is my guy, man. He was my favorite MCU villain until Infinity War came out.
That's how it was for a lot of people. And Michael B. Jordan, I was talking about layers and how layered the movie is. What makes him such a good villain, like Thanos, is how layered the character
Yeah.
is. They're not just mustache twirling. I want to dominate the world, you know. Right. And talk about acting, and I think the best acting scene in that movie is when the Killmonger character becomes when he gets the power of the Black Panther,
Yeah.
and he visits his father in the astral universe.
Oh yeah.
And I think between Michael B. Jordan and look at him, I'm just horrible with names this morning.
His dad.
And what's that? Yeah, his dad.
Sterling K. Brown.
Sterling K. Brown, my man, who I didn't even know was in the movie. I wanted to go see it. And that scene, I think that's the best acted scene in the movie. And it's a great scene.
Yeah,
but,
hell yeah.
And the thing is, I'm talking about layers to the character. What Killmonger is trying to do, like I said, it's not mustache twirling. His character has the right idea, but the wrong execution.
Exactly. The big debate when the movie came out was who's really the villain? Is T'Challa the villain? Is Killmonger the hero?
Because he made T'Challa see, the faults in the ways of Wakanda.
Yeah.
And even though the way he was going about what he was trying to do wasn't right at all, but his execution, and that's the type of stuff you like in the characters, them to be layered.
Exactly.
I mean, what it's basically Thanos, Loki, and Killmonger. Name another. Can you remember any other villain out of the 22 something movies?
I can. I geek out over the MCU. I think I hold a lot of villains higher than a lot of people. Like I think Red Skull is underrated, for example. I think Winter Soldier.
And you mentioned Red Skull. I'm sorry, I missed this one. A lot of people I just found out like a couple of days ago. So obviously Hugo Weaving didn't come back to do Red Skull.
Yeah, I guess he didn't have like the best experience on the first Avenger.
Yeah, in Infinity War. So, you know who played him in Infinity War?
The old boy from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, him. But when I say played him, he just did his voice.
Yeah, he was just VO, yeah.
Right. And a lot of people don't know that character is completely CG.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I couldn't tell in the theater.
Yeah.
That's what's dope about the effects. But you see it again,
you start to... But speaking of effects, hopping back and forth to Black Panther, if I had a little nitpick, but now we can figure out what the reason was. So the same visual effect companies worked on both movies back to back, Infinity War and Black Panther. They came out months apart.
Oh yeah.
So it's easy to see where who had priority when you see the final fight scene in Black Panther.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a little cartoonish. And I wish Ryan Coogler would have went practical with the fight scene.
Yeah, I feel you.
And because it's a little, if it wasn't for the emotions behind the scene and why they were fighting, it probably would have just been totally facepalm because there's a lot of questionable shots in there.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it's nitpick.
Right.
But other than that, so moving along, spent a bunch of time on that. So we got Black Panther, Sorry to Bother You, and Infinity War. All right, so let me looking at. And another one, it's a lot of comic book movies. It's Into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man.
Oh, I just seen it for the second time yesterday.
All right, so what did you think about it?
I love it. I love Into the Spider-Verse. It's on my list too.
And the thing with that is it caught me off guard. I heard it was all right. And I guess it's in the 90s and Rotten Tomatoes or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, it like I really want them to do a live action version
with Miles Morales.
Yeah, think about that, and you could technically bring all of you can bring Tobey Maguire back, and
that'd be so cool.
But now, and so I speak to the characters. Oh, had a little trouble. character development, and in this movie, I'm surprised it's kind of long for an animated movie.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing.
No,
and
not at all.
You spend a lot of time with Miles at the beginning, and no, that's awesome. And then you get the other, I like the way he came on with the Spider-Man introducing himself, and each subsequent Spider person comes in.
Yeah,
and that was awesome. And the voice acting was great. Now, I didn't know. You say you saw it twice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who? I'm sure you know by now. The voice of the Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah. I knew that before it came out.
I didn't know that. I'm like, who? I recognize that voice.
It's my wife leaned over, and she was like, "Who is the black and white Spider-Man?" Oh, so and so. Really? Yeah.
Right.
The wind smells like rain.
And you know who the voice of the without going, you can't go into spoilers. What's the way to put it? Okay, I got a way to not spoil it. The Spider-Man who gave Miles Morales the item.
The Goober.
Yeah, the Goober.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
who the voice of that Spider-Man was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I didn't know that. But no, anyway, so it was Incredibles 2. You had the Wreck-It Ralph sequel.
Mm-hmm.
As far as animated movies that came out this year, and a lot of people jumped down my throat. I didn't think Incredibles 2 was really that good.
Oh man, really? It's in my top 10.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But how many times have you seen it?
Just in the theater. I haven't rewatched it since I bought the Blu-ray.
So when you rewatch it, I honestly think you'll see what I'm talking about. As in, they like retcon a lot of the stuff that they did in the first movie.
Did they?
But look at this. Hopping off, we talking about a whole nother movie now. But as far as, they all came in First Incredible, they all came together as a family, and they worked as a team. And then all of a sudden they're back where they started.
Yeah.
In Incredibles 2.
Yeah. With one parent being the hero and one staying at home.
Right.
Yeah.
It's basically the same story, just gender flipped.
That's true.
Yeah. But it's a good movie. Don't get me wrong. And you really pay attention the first time, like you and myself. Then I saw it second and third time with my little cousin. I'm like, wait a minute, is this? But anyway, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and it's just a fun movie. There's no other way you could put it.
Yeah.
It's just awesome, man. And it's kind of okay. Be a little crude. I had to pee during the movie, like real bad.
All right.
I didn't want to leave. That's how it was like on the edge of your seat, like type of entertainment. And I really like Jake Johnson.
Yeah. His chemistry and like his the way he. If you've seen like New Girl, Let's Be Cops, Jurassic World, anything else he's in, he sounds like himself, but he fit that Peter Parker perfect.
And there's an independent movie that's out there. It might be on Netflix. While I was still living in Chicago, it's a movie called Digging for Fire.
Never heard of it.
It's like you probably it's like it's super independent, but he's in it.
Okay.
And there's a theater in Chicago. It's called the Music Box Theater. It's like old school independent movie theater, and they showed it, and he was there.
Oh, that's what's up.
In the Q&A, and he's from Chicago.
Is he?
Yeah. And so he supports the city a lot, and he and the director was there, and it was and he's really, he really is. You can see that cool guy.
Yeah.
That he
laid back down to earth.
Right, real down to earth. But no, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is definitely I recommend like everybody going to see.
Oh.
All right, so now what we have, so one more.
Last pick.
And this one it's not really number one. I'm not going in order because, be honest, I thought we done one list and we had the other. So, I don't know. And did you read off? You didn't read off your list yet, right?
Nah, I'm gonna talk about mine after I get everybody recorded.
Excellent. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to come back and do an organized list. All right. So how about this? Now where is pen at? All right. Give me one moment to look up. How about this? As I'm looking up, because I know I had a list put here, I just didn't put it in order. If I can find it, I'll just run down without detail my top 5 Christmas list.
All right, cool. Yeah, because I had to cancel an episode, and that was gonna be just like the horror movie pod. I was gonna do a Christmas movie podcast. Like I said at the top of the episode, family business happens. I had to cancel the episode. So yeah. Go ahead. Your top 5 Christmas movies.
You know what? Don't have to do that because I already got my next movie. It's just a brain fart.
All right, cool.
But I want to ask you if I could do this right quick before I name that one. I want to name one of the worst movies of the year.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because when I record at the very end, I won't go into too much detail, but I'll list off a couple.
Oh, you want to save that
movies
for another episode?
Okay. I just ain't got time for all that because my next episode is going to be the most anticipated of next year. So we want to put a couple of your worst movies on here. That's cool.
All right, so a lot of people are not going to like me for this one. Venom.
I ain't mad at it. I didn't hate Venom, but I can understand.
Yeah, and that's the thing I say. I didn't see a lot of bad movies this year.
Yeah.
So, and it was either between Venom or The Predator.
I ain't mad at that either.
Right. And it's real disappointing, both of the movies.
Yeah. That's the word I'd use. I wouldn't say worse. Those are two of the most disappointing movies.
But, and like I wrote a review for it, it's really just generic.
Yeah.
It's for less of a lack of a better word. Because I take it, if you haven't seen Venom, it's not really a spoiler, but this is just an example of for anybody who's taking screenwriting classes, they'll know what I'm talking about. And just any cinephile in general, the entire first act of the movie is very poorly written, as in it has 2 introductions.
It does, doesn't it?
Think about it. We introduce Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
He and a girlfriend and blah blah blah. Then something happens and they break up. Time jump 6 months later.
Yeah.
Oh, down and out. Eddie Brock. Yeah. What's the point of the time jump?
Yeah. I don't know. They want you to feel something for the character. I don't know.
Yeah. You could have did all that in the first 15 minutes. Still had everybody in the movie because you negate the first half, the first introduction.
Yeah.
With the second one, because one or the other is unnecessary. Because the second one is obviously, you could have had, like in the trailer, this is not a spoiler, they had the girl from the place, give him the tip.
Yeah.
They could have had that happen, and then had that be the reason, mild spoiler, where his girlfriend broke up with him. Instead of having his girlfriend break up with him 6 months later, and then he gets the information,
Yeah.
And another thing is, this is gonna be the highest spoiler, still mild. And I actually talked to you about this. And is it Riot, the bad guy?
Yeah, Riz Ahmed, yeah.
Yeah. So before he gets to Riz Ahmed, the symbiote Riot is traveling from person to person, right?
Yeah. It's with that old lady for a long time, right?
Yeah, and so it was with the old lady, then got into the little girl.
Yeah.
And so basically the little girl goes on a 6-month flight from Thailand to San Francisco. Right?
Yep.
And the director even tweeted about this. He said we had some editing mishaps in the movie. He tweeted that. You can look it up.
But you ain't catch that before the October release date?
No,
I like
it's
Ruben
crazy.
Fleischer too. I like Ruben Fleischer, man. But you know that Sony pressure was on his collar.
Yeah. But the thing is, like I wrote, the movie was a hit, a big hit.
Yeah.
And and I hope they make a lot of improvements.
I think they will.
Because they have every opportunity to do it because they're gonna make a sequel.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I think they already announced an October 2020 release date.
Mm-hmm. So, but anyway, that's that. And quick word on the Predator. I'm disappointed. Shane Black, you should be ashamed of yourself. All right. So
basically, I thought it was cool. I think it's the weakest Predator movie, like without aliens. I think it's the weakest Predator movie. Or wait, I might have it over Predator 2, maybe. But Shane Black coming back, you thought it was gonna be John McTiernan level cool, and it just wasn't.
And that's funny that you mentioned that. But even you saw the Predator, right? Obviously, it's obviously the third act. You see, the movie is broken. It's studio interference all over the place. You can tell
for
if
sure.
you know what to look for. But you mentioned John McTiernan. I would have hired him to direct the movie.
No, has he done anything since that John Travolta Samuel L. Jackson movie?
Basic.
Yeah. I don't think he's done anything since then.
I don't think he has because, the thing about him getting arrested and all that.
That's right. I knew it was something, yeah.
And I don't think he's done anything noteworthy after that. And let me ask you another movie that came out, The Roma. Have you seen that?
I ain't seen that one.
Yeah, so I got to see that and Hereditary to finalize my list.
Okay.
But the last movie is on this impromptu list of mine. It's gonna have to be Black Klansman.
Okay.
Spike Lee movie.
Yeah, that's another one that's just chilling on my shelf that I just need to find a couple hours to sit and knock it out.
Definitely, and it'll be worth it. So I only saw it just a couple of days ago. I don't even own it. I red boxed it.
Yeah.
Because I forgot it was out, and I did want to see it. And no, it's Spike Lee back in the old Spike Lee form.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And because he's been experimental his last probably handful of movies.
Yeah, I haven't really sat and watched a Spike movie since Miracle at St. Anna, and I'm seeing like a lot of 10 years later, a lot of I don't know, down reactions to that. I thought it was real dope.
The Miracle at St. Anna.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a lot of people don't even know he did the movie, and I saw
That's
it
crazy too
when it came out. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember during that time, Spike Lee's a very outspoken person.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And at the same time, Clint Eastwood war movies that came out, Flags of Our Fathers.
Yeah.
And the other one, Miracle, not Miracle, St. Anna. It's Letters from Iwo Jima.
Yeah.
The companion movies, and of course they got into it.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, you remember? Yeah, Spike Lee was saying there were black people in that war too.
Yeah.
And that was actually in line in the movie Miracle at St. Anna. And I don't know, at the beginning when the older version of the guy was watching TV, he like, yeah, we were in that war too.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but no, he's done a lot of because he had a couple of crowd-funded movies that came out, and he did the Chirac movie, and what else did he do? A couple other things, but
the sweet blood of
Jesus, yeah, that was
something like that, yeah,
which I haven't seen yet, and he did the remake to
Old Boy,
which was. Not bad movie, but totally unnecessary.
Yeah, that's another one that gets a lot of hate that I just don't understand it. I haven't seen the original though. I'm put it out there. I haven't seen the original Old Boy.
Right.
So
all right, that's why you don't understand.
Yeah, I thought Spike's version was good.
Yeah, no, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's one of the better remakes. But it's the fact that Old Boy is it has such a cult following,
Yeah.
and it's such a great movie. Yeah, that's what all the flack is coming from.
Yeah, the
but
original got a
Spike
huge
Lee's
fan base.
Old Boy is good. But you did see that, right?
Which one?
Spike Lee's Old Boy.
Oh yeah. I like it.
Yeah. No, it's a good movie. I'm glad you saw either version of it because yeah, he did a good job with the remake. But no, Black Klansman is it was definitely a good movie. I like Adam Driver in the movie.
Yeah. I like Denzel's son. I watch Ballers. So I like him from Ballers. So I really wanted to see it because of that.
Yeah, and he's real good in the movie too. Like really good. I think he has a Golden Globe nomination for the movie.
Oh, that's what's up.
If I'm not mistaken. But no, yeah, you say you own the movie. You definitely got to watch it.
Yeah, it's like Kino. Well, you know what's the studio like? Kino Lobor or whatever it's called. Sometime next year they're gonna release like 4 or 5 Spike titles, and I wanna like you pay attention to me on IG, man. Like I like to just like randomly binge movies. I want to like watch like all my Spike movies when those come out.
Yeah, and one thing we forget about that Spike did in between his movies, the TV show on Netflix. She's Gotta Have It.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Which is a remake of his first ever movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now that show was good. But yeah, you I think I heard about that. Somebody posted that they were doing that with Spike Lee movies. But yeah, before you finalize your list, you gotta check out Black Klansman.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on Letterboxd, man. So if my list is intact. I've recorded for my personal YouTube channel. I've recorded my top 10 favorite and most anticipated next year. So I just jump on Letterboxd when I can get to watching Black Klansman. I put it in there.
I got you. Yeah, but that's my impromptu list. I'm gonna definitely still give you my finalized list, and it'll be even a top 10 one because I know I missed a lot.
Cool.
And I'm rubbing my hands, but I'm like, the Christmas list. I thought you still.
Nah, my bad. I thought I told everybody I canceled that episode. You know what I mean? Life happens. But jump on the Rec League Instagram page when you get your top 10. Just comment it on this episode's post, and we're gonna get you back next episode for your 5 most anticipated for next year. Cool?
No, that's straight.
Cool.
Yeah, that one. I'll do that right now. And
Yo, man, that was real dope. That was real fun. I appreciate everybody that Skyped in with me and got their top 5 in for the world to hear. It was some interesting picks, some non-surprising, some surprising, and my top 5, man. My number 5 is A Quiet Place, and it's the tension, the acting, the use of dialogue. It's one of the best suspense horror movies of the year, in my opinion. And at number 4, I got Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And again, obviously, it's my favorite animated movie of the year. Miles Morales front and center. Finally, the cast chemistry was amazing with Shamik Moore, Haley Steinfeld, Jake Johnson, etc., Nicolas Cage, etc. One of my favorite post-credit scene of the year. And number 3, I got Creed 2. And that's one of my favorite sequels ever. It almost like elevated, like I don't think it's better than Creed, but it expanded on Adonis and his story. Rocky was great and didn't steal the spotlight. His personal life, Adonis and his relationship with Rocky, Adonis and his relationship with Bianca, like the performances were dope. Michael B. Jordan, Tessa Thompson, Sylvester Stallone, Dolph Lundgren, what's his name? Florian. Oh man, I know his Instagram handle is Big Nasty, but I can't remember his last name. But he killed it as Drago's son. The fight choreography was really good, and I'm on both sides of the coin. Like, I wouldn't be mad if they made a Creed 3. I wouldn't be mad if they ended the series. And I think like Michael B. Jordan is already at the point where he is deserving of Oscar nominations. So I wouldn't be surprised if he just start chasing like Oscar caliber, award caliber movies. And at number 2, I got Black Panther. And like my guy Sigmund talked about, it was just such a great movie to be a part of a 2022 movie universe, but you didn't have to see another movie to get sucked into the world of Wakanda, to get invested in the characters of T'Challa and Shuri and Killmonger, etc. And it was so great. Like, it had its own lore and history, and you weren't lost. Like, Black Panther was just one of the best, maybe the best early movie surprise this year. Like, early year surprise. You know what I'm saying? It came out in February, and it was a great movie to come out so early in the year. And on that same note, my favorite movie this year is Avengers Infinity War. Like my man Nick Goodman said, like my man Sigmund said, like Awesome Joe said, it was just such an achievement to have so many characters in a movie. Nobody gets shorted on screen time. Everybody is pivotal to the story. You got this character, you got these characters over here, these characters here, these characters here. They're all fighting the same fight. None of them together, but they're all going for the same goal. And the way it ended was so satisfying, and it just builds you up to Avengers Endgame, and just how even bigger this movie could be, how much more of an achievement it could be, and the stage is set basically for the rematch. That's my top 5, man. On YouTube, drop comments. What were some of your favorite movies this year? If you on Anchor, if you listening through Google Podcasts, Spotify, Radio Public, drop a voice message. Let me know some of your favorite movies. Next episode, I'll read your comments. I'll shout you out on a voice message to get your favorite movies out there, man. When I get back, I'm gonna be with my guy, International O. We gonna break down these NFL playoffs right quick now that they're finally set in stone. Hey, Rec League podcast, man. We got the sports segment. Movies is over. Everybody got their top 5 in. We about to do some NFL playoff predictions. And it's my show. My dog, International O, joins me. And we both Colts fans. So this is not a painful prediction anymore. So let's just, we got to kick off with the AFC. The 3-6 is the Colts squad at the Texans, and then the 4-5 is the Chargers, the better record Chargers at the Baltimore Ravens. But who you think gonna win there?
Man, so we don't even have to dig too deep with the Colts and the Texans.
I don't think so.
We own NRG Stadium. We might as well put Lucas Oil Stadium on it as well. That's our home. They're without Demaryius Thomas. A few injuries they're dealing with right now. We have to get Ebron fully healthy, Ryan Kelly healthy.
T.Y.
T.Y. His ankle's been bothering him, but he torches them for like 150 every single game in Houston. It doesn't matter. So that's going to happen. We just have to wait. The turnovers, the stupid turnovers, that one that could have cost us today.
Yeah.
The pick 6. That was we cannot have those type of plays happen this coming Saturday. So beyond that, man, I think it's gonna be I don't say an easy win, but it's gonna be a win. I'm gonna say 28-17 Colts win that. We go on to Kansas City, but we won't get too far ahead of ourselves right now.
Yeah, let's go round by round.
Yeah. And San Diego, I have San Diego beating Baltimore.
That's push-ups, bro. Ain't no San Diego. You got to push.
Man, man, look. I'm telling you, San Diego has one of the best rosters in the NFL. One of the best rosters in the NFL. And so, if San Diego learns from their mistakes 2 or 3 weeks ago when they played Baltimore, and if they can get up by 10 or 14 points, the game's over because Lamar Jackson hasn't defined his passing abilities yet.
Yeah.
That game's over. So if they get up by double digits, San Diego's got it. If it becomes a possession game, then I don't know. But also we have to also remember the fact that Melvin Gordon wasn't healthy either for that game.
True.
So that also I think he was healthy. Matter of fact, he was healthy. He wasn't 100%, but he did play.
He played? Was that his first game back?
He did play. It was his first game back from injury because I remember because it was I had him in the playoffs for fantasy.
Yeah.
So he wasn't 100%. He didn't get a full load, but yeah, if it's a possession game, I would definitely give it to Baltimore. So I'm gonna go Colts and San Diego Chargers, or sorry, Los Angeles Chargers.
There you go. Hey, same, man. Like, it's not even Homer, man. It's like it's basic common sense. The only reason Houston won in Indy is because Frank Reich went for the win on fourth down or whatever it was.
The win.
And even then, if he wouldn't have went for it, we would have tied. So Houston didn't even earn that win, and then they was the hottest team in the league, and the Colts went into Houston and busted that ass.
It's a wrap.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't even got to throw no stats at you. You know, you my stat guy. I come at you with the superficial. Because my thing is L.A., I'm scared. L.A. going into – because I thought L.A. was going to ride all the way to the Super Bowl for the AFC. They going into Baltimore. Baltimore defense is scary. And my little stupid superstition is Eric Weddle talking about don't nobody want to catch us in the playoffs. I hope because he playing his old team, he get too hyped and shoot himself in the foot.
At the same time, Baker damn near blasted that ass, though.
Yeah. Baker was eating.
Baker ate. So let's not forget you got eaten up by a rookie and pretty much almost lost and pretty much almost guaranteed Pittsburgh a playoff spot.
Yeah,
so let's not get too hyped.
Baker was out there feeling dangerous.
Bro, woke up feeling dangerous.
Yeah.
But man, he woke up and had that Kuzala for breakfast, bro. What?
I like Baker, man. Baker about to get the Browns right in a couple seasons.
It's about to be. I'm excited to see them. Hopefully they hire officially Greg Williams as their coach.
Yeah.
Keep the same staff, man, because
they was cooking.
It works. How you go from not winning 2 games in the past 3 seasons to winning 5 with a different head coach? Come on.
But I ain't even announced my winner though, man. Phillip Rivers is due, and as nice as they've been all season, I hope LA go into Baltimore and take care of business.
But here's what we gotta look at. Which one is more likely to beat the Patriots?
Right? One of these strong defenses got to take out New England.
And so I think the only team that's really equipped. I don't think Lamar Jackson going into New England is equipped to handle the Patriots.
Yeah, he a rookie, man. That might be too big a stage.
Mentally, he's not ready for that. He's not ready for that cold weather, especially if it's snowing.
And
I remember, don't have enough Vaseline to cover up the ash. I'm telling you.
I remember as hot as the Chargers was going into Pittsburgh, as hot as the Steelers was going into Pittsburgh, everybody slept on the Chargers, and they came in. They came in and did work.
Exactly. So Chargers is the most. I feel like the most complete and most dangerous team that no one's even talking about. Mainly because no one has really seen them play. In a multitude of games. You've seen them play the Steelers, and you see them play the Ravens. That was on prime time. No one actually just tunes in and watches the Chargers.
Yeah.
So
then moving on to the divisional, we both picked the Colts, the lowest seed remaining. So they would go to Kansas City, and Kansas City historically chokes in home playoff games. In playoff games.
No defense.
Yeah.
0 defense.
Yeah, their defense is trash.
It's like playing Oklahoma. they don't have a defense.
Yeah, Luck, like, the last time we played him in the playoffs, man, Luck had to do that Superman dive, game-winning touchdown. That was in Indy. It won't even be no need for that this time.
No, it's gonna be a shootout.
Oh, yeah.
I have a feeling it's gonna be like a 35-38 game, but it's gonna be cold. I know how Kansas City can get. But the thing that hinders is funny, as prolific as Patrick Mahomes has been this year, this was the worst case scenario for them because their stadium does not, how cold Kansas City can get, does not work well with their offense.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Like, it's crazy to think of it this way. The only thing that can really hinder the Kansas City Chiefs is their home field advantage. Because it's really not an advantage. They're better off playing, like, going to San Diego. They're better off going to play at the Colts or at the Texans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think the Colts are going to win. It's going to be a shootout. Like I said, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I don't want to jinx and shit, you know.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's prediction video.
38-35. Damn near the same record, the same score as the last time the Colts went into KC and won with Manning.
P Money.
When the Chiefs had the number one record. So it won't be too much kicking. It's gonna be a lot of scoring, a lot of TDs, and it's gonna be that one turnover that changes the game. So I'm going with the Colts.
Yeah, I think, like, honestly, even if the Colts somehow lose to Houston, whoever goes into Kansas City is going to go in there and win. Because it's the playoffs. Look at all the Chiefs' losses. They all big stage games. The playoffs is nothing but big stage. The Colts are going to win, but the Chiefs are going to take that L no matter what.
Another note, Patrick Mahomes 0-4 in primetime games.
And the playoffs is all prime time.
Bro, all prime time. They lost to the Patriots, lost to the Steelers, lost to
the Rams.
I don't know if they played the Steelers. Hold on. They lost to the Rams, lost to the Chargers. They can't win in prime time for some reason. So it's the curse of Andy Reid right now.
Yeah. And then the next winner, the Chargers, will go into New England. I would be scared of that game.
I know. I'm like, as much as I want to go against New England, I can't go against New England until New England
actually loses.
I have to see it to believe it.
They're the back-to-back AFC champs. So, I mean, you can't count them out. As much as I want to say the Chargers is going to win, you can't count out Brady and Belichick.
The Patriots have been running the show since I was in fourth grade.
2001, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, why has it been 20 years?
Yeah, I hate the Patriots, man. Since I was in high school.
17 years? How you run the show for 17? Look,
hey man, but
I'm not going against it until I see it on television, probably NBC or CBS. Like, I'm not going against it until I see it. So I have to. As much as I would like to see Phillip Rivers and the Chargers beat the Patriots, I have to go with the Patriots.
Exactly. Like, somewhere within that window, the Colts made it to 2 Super Bowls, won 1, and Peyton Manning won 2 within the era of New England dominance. And yeah, like, as much as I want the Chargers or the Ravens to go into New England in the divisional game and win, I just can't, because it just hasn't happened as of late. Like, the Patriots do not lose to AFC teams in New England.
Yeah, especially if there's any element game to it.
Yeah.
Bro, if it's snowing, if it's raining, if it's 40 degrees, the Chargers are losing.
Yeah.
It's a wrap. Because, one, I know I don't play in cold weather. I don't even like cold weather. Anything below 60, for me, it's too damn cold.
Right.
So I already know, coming from L.A., going to Foxborough,
oh no,
it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Too big a change in climate. So then that puts our AFC Championship as a rematch from before Andrew Luck got injured. And man, sadly, as a non-biased spectator, I gotta say New England would go back to the Super Bowl. I love my Colts, but until somebody does it, I can't say that New England gonna lose.
I prefer not to comment on this.
You know what I'm saying?
Segment. I don't want to comment because I had that feeling in the pit of my stomach. It's like you said. It's like you telling me Notre Dame is gonna lose, get blown out to Clemson, and I even though realistically it could happen, but in the pit of my stomach,
You don't
I
want
don't
to
want to see
believe
it.
it.
I don't want to say it. But you know what? This team, who knows, man?
See,
Who knows?
The only thing that would give me hope is this team is not even a glimmer of the team that got blasted at the beginning of the year.
But it's funny, man. We really didn't even really get blasted.
Yeah, I mean, we had turnovers, miscues.
Man, all of our losses, if you have gone back and looked, all of our losses are within 7 points besides the New England loss.
And the Jets was just an ugly game.
Yeah, we don't. It's funny. Our losses are not blowouts. They're not like, oh my gosh, they just got smacked. Like we got smacked probably twice.
Yeah, I remember like the opening week, like the Cincinnati was a miscue, the Eagles was a miscue. Yeah. There's a couple other ones that was just like if something would have went another way, we could have finished like 12-4.
Realistically.
Yeah.
Realistically. Like 13-3-1 or 13-2-1, 13-4-1 or whatever, because we would have tied if we had just gone for the tie. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, man, I guess it's New England back in Atlanta. Go figure.
Yeah.
Ironically. So I guess that's the AFC, man.
Yeah.
But,
so the
they have some holes though, man.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
They have holes. They can be beat.
So the NFC wild card, the 3-6 is the defending champion Eagles in Chicago, right? And if I'm not mistaken, Foles got hurt today.
He did. They say he's optimistic about playing. So you got my man Nate Sudfeld from IU actually. From Indiana.
Okay.
But I don't think he's gotten too much game time. So, you know, if Foles is healthy, it could be a problem. It's the same situation with the Chargers and Ravens that they see, you know, once they see each other. If they get up by like 10 points or a 2-score game, if the Eagles make this a 2-score game, it's going to be hard for the Bears to come back with Trubisky in that offense because it's so regimented.
Yeah.
You know, they have a set of, you know, set plays prior to the game starting that they're running and they're going. But once it's like third quarter, fourth quarter, and they're down, they're not built for that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
See, I want to be one of them dudes that just sleep on the Eagles and say that Philly's run is gonna be over, but then Foles comes in, goes into LA, pretty much shocks the world for everybody outside of Philly, and
they're like 13-point underdogs.
Yeah. So I mean, they can go in and do the same thing in Chicago because I think that defense can hold Philly, but it's just Trubisky in that offense.
Exactly.
I don't know if I trust Trubisky in that offense.
I mean, he's been all right, to be honest with you. Trubisky has balled out this year. Matter of fact, a lot of the rookies have, or I'll say rookie,
a year or two.
Quarterback. He's not a rookie. He's been in the league for a year.
Yeah.
So no, but their offense is running. If Jordan Howard can get going, Tariq Cohen can get his touches and get going, it might be a problem. But I still gotta go with the Eagles.
You know what, man? I'm gonna pick the Bears because I want to see that Bears defense against LA or the Saints.
I don't know.
I want to see that Bears defense against LA or the Saints.
Well, who would they play?
They're the 3, so they would go to LA.
Oh, okay.
And they already shut them down.
Yeah, but it's cold weather though.
Yeah, it was in Chicago. This would be in LA.
Exactly, it'll be in LA.
So the NFC is tough, man, because the 4-5 is the Seahawks in Dallas,
and the Saints can be beat, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but like before we get to the Saints, let's go. We got Dallas and Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle and Dallas.
Woo.
Like they're both teams that like I feel like they earn they earned a playoff spot, but they might be like two of the more like skeptical teams. Like they could either get hot and make a run, or they could both just look embarrassing.
I'm so sorry.
Bless you.
My bad. Yeah, man. I don't trust that.
Yeah.
So that's me picking the Cowboys is not happening. If Zeke is not going, I feel like they're going to be one-dimensional. I have to go Russell Wilson. It's a proven product. He can do more with less. And their defense is clicking on all cylinders right now. So I'm going to go with the Seahawks. This is based off history.
Yeah.
You know, history says that they've done it before. They've done it at the highest level. They have, players who've been in these situations more than the Cowboys have. So I'm gonna go with experience.
Yeah, man. And it's like ever since it was the last week of the regular season in my fantasy league. Amari Cooper been cold ever since that game.
Yeah.
And
that's the Colts game, right?
Nah, it was the week before the Colts. But it's like this is what you were traded for, bro. Like you gotta make some plays in this playoff game. But for like the past at least 3 weeks of the regular season, Amari Cooper been nowhere to be found. So I'm kind of leaning towards Seattle too.
It's Dak, man. Dak is an issue. He's not a quarterback. He's a Quincy Carter 2.0. And if you don't know, if you're uneducated and don't know who Quincy Carter is, go Google him. I think he's a Cowboys quarterback in 2002 with Bill Parcells.
Yeah,
2003.
He was a few years after Aikman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the name. I don't remember like specific plays or anything, but I remember the name.
Number 17.
So then that would put the number 5 Seahawks in New Orleans. I think the Saints will eat.
Man.
But they've been a little rocky the last few. I don't know if they necessarily stumble into the playoffs.
They had some narrow wins. Pittsburgh should have beat them.
Yeah.
And
the Carolina had a shot in Carolina.
Man, they can be beat, man.
I think so.
They can be beat, but I don't think you're right. I don't think it's Seattle that's going to do it.
Nah. Seattle. I mean, New Orleans isn't they're not the best team in the league that flops in a first playoff game. Not this year.
No, that's not going to happen. But no, Seattle can beat them. It would be intriguing if Dallas saw them again, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, you just never know. Dallas can either
in New Orleans
or just flop.
And see, if Chicago takes care of business, then New Orleans catches the Seattle-Dallas winner.
That's what I'm saying. So, that's an interesting one right there. But we're just for this sake, we're just gonna say Seattle sees New Orleans.
Yeah.
New Orleans take care of Seattle, and then
I think so. You got Philly. You got Philly back in L.A.
I got Philly back in L.A. L.A. taking care of that. So you got the two best teams in the NFC, and the Rams and the Saints.
Yep.
So we got that rematch again from I think like week 8
again
like
in
that,
New Orleans. Right? Yep.
Yeah. And that was a possession game. So, and then the difference between that is that Aqib Talib didn't even play.
Yeah.
So Aqib Talib is back, and I think I would have to go with the Rams, man. Just based on firepower, the Saints are already short at wide receiver. They did get Ted Ginn back at wideout.
They've been looking a little rough since they lost Cooper Kupp.
Exactly. Well, no, the Saints. The Saints.
New Orleans got Ted Ginn back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're right.
The Rams.
The Rams have been shaky. I just feel like they figure it out.
Yeah. Woods, somebody will step up.
They had the better
Cooks.
the better coach, and so he'll put them in position to win on offense. And plus, they got a new toy. They got C.J. Anderson, man. C.J.
That's
Anderson
right.
has been balling.
Yeah, they're not gonna let him just chill when Gurley come back.
Yeah, and then you have a healthy Gurley, and so a lot of those issues that you had in terms of health are negated.
Yep.
So yeah, I would love to see New Orleans in the Rams. I would pick the Rams to win that one, grudge match. So I would have the Rams in New England, man.
Yeah, so I think Chicago. I think Chicago goes into LA, comes up short. You know, Khalil Mack and that defense is gonna make them work for it, but the Rams are gonna win. And then same as you, that puts LA in New Orleans. And the way like it's another like throwaway stat, but the only teams when the Saints basically when Hank Baskett gave that Super Bowl to New Orleans, the only teams that New Orleans lost to that year in the regular season was the Cowboys, the Panthers, and who was the third team? The Bucks.
The Vikings.
Nah,
during the playoff run or
in the regular season?
Just in the season.
They went 13-3 in the regular season, and they lost to the Bucks. They lost to the Cowboys. They lost to the Panthers.
Don't ever say their name on the podcast again.
Hey man, like yeah, like we don't want to talk about this dude. But I'm just saying, if it wasn't for that play to open the second half, we was winning that.
I can't even watch highlights of that game.
Nah.
Still to this day.
Nah.
It's been almost 10 years. I cannot watch highlights of that game.
And what sucks is it's always at least one highlight. Like the pick six is always cut into highlights of Super Bowls past. But yeah, I think New Orleans goes to the Super Bowl.
Hank Baskett, bro.
My Super Bowl pick, actually, man, like I think I reached out to you preseason to get you on the preseason pod, but my Super Bowl pick before the season even started, neither team made the playoffs. Squad eliminated my AFC pick, the Steelers, and then the Packers didn't even make it. But before, like a week or two leading up to now, my pick was the Chargers and the Saints. But man, now if somebody got to go into New England, you can't count them out. So yeah, like I think the Saints and the Patriots is my Super Bowl pick.
Okay. Yeah. So I said the Rams and the Saints. The Rams and the Patriots. So yes, flip and flop. So we'll see, man. I'm excited. It's gonna be a cool playoffs, man. This was probably one of the best seasons that we've had in football in the longest time. That a whole bunch of games still meant something up into the last week. Like no seed in the AFC was clinched until week 17, which was cool.
That's crazy.
And yeah, man. So we got that, and then we got on Monday. I don't know if are we talking about this Monday? We got Clemson versus Alabama.
You want to touch on the national championship right quick? You know, college football is your area. Nelly, it's gonna be Nelly. Hey, I'm on my Keith Jackson shit right now. Look, Alabama. Man, so I'm here in Florida right now. I'm here in Miami. I went to the Orange Bowl. International
bro, you know how to do what I do. Alabama is no joke. I don't care what stats you saw about Kyler Murray. Yeah, he probably threw for 400 yards. Bro, Alabama is no joke in person. The game was 31-10 at halftime. It was not a game. Don't let that score fool you like, oh, Kyler Murray almost came back. No, bro. There was no almost coming back.
It was out of reach in the first half.
I've never done this in my life. I wanted to leave at halftime. Like, I already knew the game was over. I'm like, man, I'm trying to beat traffic and go to this club. Dude, I was over here making life decisions about, do I want to stay and watch this molly-whopping anymore? Alabama's no joke. Clemson is no joke. I thought it's unfortunate that Kyler Murray showed what he could do in the second half.
Yeah.
because what I thought he could do in the second half, I thought could be done in the rest of the game. They messed up by running the ball, maybe pass until they actually needed to pass. That's how you beat Bama, the vertical threat. I don't care. You go through all the stats of the times they lost to Ole Miss, to Clemson, to Manziel. Like, you beat them throwing the ball, not running it, like, clearly. And so with Trevor Lawrence from Clemson, man, that dude he's damn near one of the most prolific passers I've seen as a freshman come out. He's amazing. So it's gonna be a hell of a match, man. I'm excited. I might go. I don't know yet. We'll see how.
You gotta pick a winner, man.
Oh yeah, I'm going with Bama. Like, roll tide. Like,
okay.
Like red and black. What you? I don't look good in purple and orange.
Got to get it on wax.
Hey, I gotta go red, black. But it's gonna be a hell of a game. I think it's gonna be a close game. I would say 32-35. A field goal wins the game.
Okay, that's what's up. That's my dog, International O. You're going to see him pop up every now and again. If everything lines up, we're going to get him back on before the Super Bowl. Stick around.
We're doing this before, after the divisional playoffs for AFC Championship?
Nah. You know how I do. I do preseason, pre-playoffs, and then pre-Super Bowl.
Okay, all right. So, are we doing what about the MVP?
MVP for the regular season?
Yeah.
I usually don't do that before the playoffs. My MVP is Breeze. My preseason MVP was Rodgers, but my MVP is Breeze. Maybe Rivers.
Mahomes got 50 TDs, bro.
Yeah. And that's probably what's going to get it for him.
He got 50.
He lost in big stage games, though. And for me, you got to win those.
You're probably right. I think Breeze got it.
They're going to give it to Breeze because he about to retire.
Yeah, Breeze gets it. Luck, comeback player of the year.
For sure.
Defensive player of the year is probably Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
Or, no, sorry, Khalil Mack.
You think they'll give it to him over Donald? Donald got the sack title.
But the impact title, though.
True that.
Impact.
That trade completely flipped that division.
Dude. So I think Khalil Mack probably gets it. So that's cool. Yeah.
Who got defensive rookie of the year, though? I think they call him Maniac.
Oh, I think what's his name? Leonard?
Darius Leonard, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. Is that his name?
He should be defensive player of the year, leading the league in tackles.
He don't even get a Pro Bowl vote.
I know. Huge snub.
What are y'all smoking?
And then I know Quentin Nelson ain't gonna get no votes for offensive rookie of the year. They gonna give that to Baker or to Saquon.
You gotta give it to Baker. He just broke man. You broke Peyton Manning's rookie record for touchdowns. Yeah. No, you gotta give it to Baker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's more of an impact. Like, you go from a winless Cleveland team to winning 7 games.
To almost having a winning season.
Oh, Cleveland should be in the playoffs.
Not over the Colts.
Bro, you gave a game away against the Steelers, the first game.
Yeah.
Your kicker didn't make any field goals against New Orleans.
Hey, but Baker didn't wake up dangerous yet.
Well, Tyrod was still starting, right?
Yeah.
Those games. Yeah, man. So we'll see, man. It was a good year. I'm to soak it in. Playoffs start Saturday, so it's gonna be on and popping, man.
Hell yeah, man. So like I said, we're gonna bring back O before the Super Bowl. When I come back right here, right quick, me and OldManLawrence gonna kick y'all our favorite hip hop albums of the year, man. Rec League Podcast. Yo, deliver for these kids. Flow storks, spit fire, I blow torch. Craig and Smokey chillin' on the stoop, no porch. Bitches want the meat and they throw forks. You met your chick in Middle Earth, bro. She look like grown orcs. I'm a man with emotions. I may react in anger. Young Simba, I laugh in the face of danger. You wonder why we don't talk? Maybe cause you a stranger. Do what you please. I might shoot 2 threes. Danny Granger, Indiana Pacer, pacemaker. But you ain't got no heart though. This is art flow. You might meet my dogs if you wanna bark, bro. Rip you apart slow. When Superman appears, they be asking, where did Clark go?
What we doing though?
All right, man, we back. It's time for hip hop end of the year. Got my guy OldManLawrence. Y'all know how we do. Top 5 favorite albums.
Favorite.
Entire 2018. Yeah, it's opinion. It's subjective. Everybody list gonna be different. Start with number 5, and we'll go back and forth.
Let me go first.
Yeah.
All right, so my number 5 is I'm gonna go with Crisis of LZ Jericho Jackson. Super dope album. I feel like it was slept on. Because there's a lot. Let's be honest, man. There's a lot of stuff that came out. 2018. 2018 was a crazy year. But Jericho Jackson was a really dope album. I don't know if too many people are familiar with LZ, OG from Slum Village. But some standout tracks on there. 17, Overthinking. Had some really good stuff on there. It was one of the albums that I bumped more than pretty much everything for the most part. So this is probably my most fun album of the year. Because it's got a lot of different topics on there, man. I can go back and forth depending on my mood or whatever. So, yeah, out of all the stuff this year, I probably bumped Jericho Jackson more than anything.
That's at number 5. I got that Bun B, Return of the Trill. Primarily produced by Big Crit. Production was stupid dope. It was vintage Bun B, man. When he was dropping all them solos, Trill 2 Trill. It took me back.
Yeah, it was a solid album.
Hell yeah. At number 4.
4, I'm gonna go with Prime 2. Royce 5'9", arguably the hardest working man in hip hop this year.
The forgotten Royce album.
He dropped 2 albums that were both amazing. Then he had a couple guest spots that were bananas. And he had one guest spot that was kind of a dud, but we're not gonna talk about that. We're talking about the best. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I'll get into that later if your list is completely different from mine.
And yeah, I think Prime 2 might be slightly better than Prime 1, honestly. I've spun Prime 2 a lot, and it made me go back and actually listen to the original Prime a lot this summer. So I was listening to both of those albums. Yeah, I say it's slightly better than Prime 1, in my opinion.
I can't disagree. At number 4, I got that Eminem, that Kamikaze. And it might be overhyping the album a little bit, man, but coming off of Revival and how disappointed I was in that, it just felt like M was having fun in the booth again, just putting his crosshairs on anybody and everybody that shit on Revival. He started like a 2-week beef, lame-ass beef with Machine Gun Kelly. And
that was pretty fun while it lasted.
Yeah. He got that feature from Joyner Lucas that's real dope. The feature from Royce the 5'9" that's real dope. The only track that I thought was a little weak was the Venom track, and that was clearly made for a movie. And it's good to hear M, not holding anything back again.
Yeah, that's probably the best way I can describe it. It was a fun album. It was real nice to hear Eminem. Like, you can tell he had fun recording this too, honestly. But after about week 2 or week 3, like I was pretty much done with it. Like, it was a dope album or whatever, but it didn't really resonate long term with me. So where we at? 3?
3.
3. I'm gonna go Sky Zoo in celebration of us. Super dope album. Sky Zoo dropped the album last year with Apollo Brown, who was honestly it's probably top 5 worthy last year as well. But yeah, Sky Zoo is a super slept on MC. He doesn't get any mainstream love at all, but a lot of real hip hop heads, those Sky Zoo's been killing it for a while.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with In Celebration of Us by Sky Zoo with 3.
My number 3, man, is a little shocking, man. I literally just flipped it. This has been my number 2 since April, but a new contender emerged from the ashes. So at number 3, I got that Royce the 5'9" Book of Ryan. It's Royce again. It's Royce in a way like you never heard Royce this deep, this personal, going back, telling stories from childhood, how crazy and chaotic his family dynamic was with his older brother, with his dad. Just, we say "fuck you" and "Merry Christmas" from the Montgomery family. He's like, "Oh, that's Ryan. I knew he was gonna be something. That's Ryan." He's like,
"How old's your mama?"
Yeah. He's like, "Oh, you don't remember me? I'm Ryan from something. He's talking about his address. I used to come here bouncing basketball. Like the skits were dope. Talking about his son. Eminem. Like this came out in April. Eminem album came out in September. So first, M had the fire feature on that Caterpillar.
Yeah.
And we ain't gonna talk about the remix because I heard it once, and Logic started screaming and being awkward. And
then talking and having like a sit down,
TED
talk and shit.
But it's like it's no skippers on this. I think this might be my all-time favorite Royce album. You got the J. Cole feature, the Fabulous Pusha T, Jadakiss feature.
I was gonna say all the guest spots were fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, Book of Ryan would be my top 5, no doubt about it. But for the second, when we just put our list together, I told you that if you had anything on your list that was on my list, I was going to take it out just so I could cover it. I felt like I listened to a lot of stuff this year, and I felt like some albums deserved some shine.
I only listened to like 7 albums all year, so my 5 is intact.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're like movies the way I am with music, so my movies list is going to be a little skim. But yeah, Book of Ryan would definitely be in my top 5, but I left it off because it was on your list. And like I said, I wanted to cover a couple more albums that I thought deserved some shine. But yeah, Book of Ryan was real crazy. Woke, Dumb, Caterpillar, like the first couple tracks, then it goes into Cocaine. The first couple tracks on there, just like, I remember being in the group chat and telling after I got to that Cocaine track, and I was like, this Royce 5'9" is the truth, man. I ain't never heard Royce spit like this.
Royce is
like you said, he got real on it.
The only thing that hurt that Royce was it came out right after Cole.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But still, it got hella play for me.
Yeah, my 2 most played albums this year, obviously my 1 and 2. Well, my 1 and 3.
So number 2, I'm gonna go with Lupe Fiasco, Droga's Wave. Lupe back, baby. Lupe is back. In my opinion, he dropped. This is a 5. This album is a 5. It should be a classic. I know a lot of people have their complaints with it here and there, but I really don't have one bad thing to say about this album. It was deep as hell. Like I said, we did our review for it. Man, Lupe actually put you on some stuff, man. Like educated you on some stuff. Like I was on Wikipedia, Google looking stuff up, man.
What is this?
Like for real. Not only that, but not only that, the bars. Lupe's always had bars.
Yeah.
You can tell a story, like a historical story, have content, subject, and then you still bringing the bars out. Like, this is a real heavy album.
Lupe.
And I thought it was perfect.
My number 2. What's up?
So that was my number 2, Lupe.
I say, my bad. I ain't mean to talk over you. My number 2 is Apollo Brown and Joel Ortiz. No skippers, bars. Joel Ortiz the most underrated in the game. I had a That Place moment. That track became real life for me a couple weeks ago.
It's a super dope track.
Yeah, man. This whole album. I love this entire album. Production. This is my favorite production all year.
Yes.
If we talk about production, this is number 1 for me. The title track is dope. I'm blanking on track titles, but you don't need track titles when there ain't no skipper.
Lead single. Timberland Up was the other lead single. You got Back Home. You got what else you got on there? I can't remember any of the track names either.
That's what you don't need.
There's 9 tracks?
It's like 10 or 11, maybe 13.
Maybe 11. But yeah, like you said, no skippers on here. Honestly, I think it gets better as it goes on, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It starts off sick and it gets better.
Yeah. So what's your favorite album, your number 1 all year?
Well, I would have Mona Lisa in my top 5, but like I said, if you had something in your top 5, I wasn't gonna put it in mine. Mona Lisa would definitely been in my top 5, and it probably would have been my overall 2 or 3. But with that not being on my list, I'm gonna go. My favorite album, 2018, was Fonte. No News is Good News. Man, this album is amazing. I hate to use the term grown man hip hop because it's getting thrown around and being kind of cliche lately. Even though I think it's real, I think there's subgenres of hip hop. And
Yeah.
I think the grown man hip hop is kind of a lame way of speaking about like real hip hop or whatever. But it's kind of right. This is grown man shit here. Like I'm 32. I think Fonte is like 38, 39, and he's getting up there in age. He might even be 40. I don't know. But this is technically a sophomore album. Somebody who's been spitting a long time. I think his last album was like early 2000s or something like that, man. Like 2008, I want to say. Something crazy like that.
That's crazy. His second solo, but Little Brother been around for a grip.
Yeah, forever, yeah. So an amazing album. He's got Freddie Gibbs on there, which is one of the standout tracks because Fonte kind of does the vocals, sings on it, and it's a really dope track. Fonte has been labeled Drake before Drake. That Drake basically is a whack version of Fonte, which I would agree. I wouldn't call him whack. I'm not a fan of Drake, but a lot of what he does is what Fonte's been doing for a long ass time. Fonte is super talented. Bars, got a voice, always got a ear for good production. Yeah, so I'd put Fonte number one.
Yeah, my number one, best album 2018, didn't get no Grammy nominations, complete thievery. And
Grammys are a joke.
Yeah, the Grammys are a super joke, man. But
I think everybody knows that.
Yeah, it's a popularity contest. Travis Scott and a bunch of other hip hop albums got nominated, man. But my number one,
all the stuff that came out, you're trying to tell me Cardi B's nominated? Come on, man. Come on.
KOD, Kids on Drugs, King Overdose. I forget what the third KOD means, but J. Cole got my favorite album of 2018. ATM was a dope single with a dope Busta Rhymes like music video. He had the Kevin Hart joint. You got track titles.
Should have done your homework.
Motivate, I swear. Motivate.
Yeah, he's got the
1985
track on there.
Yeah.
He's got the song about his mom.
Hell yeah. Again, money production, no skippers, bars. He dissed the whole like era of new age rappers without really dissing them. Like dissed them, but like gave them a lesson. Take care of your money or you ain't gonna be nothing in a few years. But Cole dropped every other December until this December. And I was disappointed last week when Cole didn't drop. But I'm going to just ride with this KOD until something new drop. Because it's that dope.
Yeah, KOD was going to be my album of the year too. But as I said, didn't want to have the same list as you did. So I switched it up. Amazing album. I think J. Cole is one of the few artists that you can make an argument that every album is better than the one previous to it. I think the only exception is For Your Eyes Only, which is a 5. I can still consider that a 5.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's better than Forest Hills Drives, but before that, and even KOD, I think KOD is his best work, but J. Cole has gotten consistently better to every album, in my opinion, and that's why he's probably one of the best doing it right now.
Yeah, man, like Cold World, Born Center came out, and he was just trying to get his name out there, you know what I'm saying, do what he had to do to catch a buzz. And then once, like, Rock Nation, whoever got comfortable, like, okay, he can mold his own project, man. Like, Forest Hill Drive, For Your Eyes Only, KOD just been amazing.
Yeah, Born Center is kind of a crazy album because I want to say, like, 85% of that is, like, amazing.
Yeah, I love his first 2 albums, but they're nothing like his last 3.
There's a few tracks on there, but they just don't quite fit, and it kind of seems like he just kind of threw them in there. But then you got Forest Hill Drive's classic, back to front to back, no skippers, amazing album. That was one he kind of dropped like a surprise, wasn't it? Like nobody knew it was coming out, and then it just dropped.
His last.
Same thing with For Your Eyes Only was just like, oh shit, new Cole. What?
Yeah, I feel like Forest Hills Drive and For Your Eyes Only kind of got like maybe a month, 2-week heads up. Like, hey, next month, new album dropping. KOD was like Monday, listening party. Friday is streaming. It was crazy.
I thought he did the same thing with For Your Eyes Only though. I thought it came out like Monday, like some weird ass tweet or something, and then it was like, oh shit, does that mean he's put out an album? And then we had an album. I thought it was pretty similar, just like that. I could be wrong though.
It's possible. I'm a fan, but I ain't got everything annotated as far as promotion.
Man, 2018 was a crazy year, man. Like some honorable mentions. I think the Black Panther soundtrack was amazing. Freddie Gibbs had a real dope album.
Gangsta Gibbs.
Like you had Bun B on your list. I thought that was a really good album. Ice Cube just dropped.
Yeah.
I think that's a solid album.
Everything's Corrupt.
Nas dropped an okay album, a little short. I wanted a little bit more.
That end of May to mid-June stretch where Good Music put out 7-track albums, those aren't albums.
Yeah, and then I mean they're albums, but yeah, I mean you're definitely, like I said, it's all interpretation. Your favorite albums are all interpretation or whatever. But Daytona, the Pusha T, I bumped that for a few weeks. I liked it a lot, man. I think it's a classic album, but it's like 7 tracks, man. I could literally listen to that entire album in the time it took me to go to the bathroom, man.
Yeah. I mean,
I listened to that whole album on the toilet, and then I would go to work, 20-minute drive, 25-minute drive. The entire album would be spun.
Yeah.
I drive home from work, 20, 25 minutes, a little bit longer because of traffic. Entire album would be spun, plus the first couple tracks in the rotation again. So I was like, I got burnt out. I don't say burnt out, but I was over that album pretty quick because it's so short.
Yeah.
The same thing with Nas. Like, I
Hell
thought
yeah.
Nas had some good stuff on there, but it's just like way too short. And the Kanye with, what was it, Cudi, Kissy Ghost?
Yeah, Kissy Ghost.
I spun that once or twice. Like, it was okay. Not my cup of tea. Mac dropped a pretty good album. Rest in peace.
Yeah,
man.
the Swimming was solid.
Yeah, Swimming was real solid. It's the first Mac album that I bumped in a while. And it's just ironic that I kind of get back on the Mac train and then he passed away or whatever.
Yeah, man.
That's
the hip-hop tragedy of this year, man. I still can't believe Mac Miller passed away, man.
Then the other young kid got shot. Yeah, it was hip-hop. 2018 was crazy, man. A lot of good stuff, a lot of crazy stuff, a lot of sad stuff, whatever. But
I can't let you off here without talking about the Carters.
Oh yeah, the Carters was minus the single, their lead single. That album was amazing. Actually, I was listening to that the other day.
Yeah, you was in the group chat talking about the Carters all the time. Man.
Really good production. Jay-Z dropped some knowledge, dropped some bars. Beyonce on the Beyonce, man.
Hove.
Ain't never gonna be another Beyonce.
Nah.
Black Thought dropped an EP. It was only 5 tracks. That would have made my top 5, but I couldn't really count on the album.
He might have dropped the second one.
Huh?
He might have dropped the second one. I remember him teasing it. I don't remember if it ever came out.
Oh, come on. Don't tell me Black Thought came out. I had no idea about it. I'll be highly pissed.
I was just too busy to check it out.
If it came out and I don't know about it, I feel ashamed. Like, no joke.
I can't confirm that it's even out.
Method Man, we just talked about that. Method Man came out.
Yeah. I still haven't had a chance to listen to that.
I feel like everybody dropped an album this year. My man Planet Asia dropped 3 albums this year.
Damn.
What?
Damn.
Planet Asia is one of my favorite rappers. He dropped 3 albums this year. Man.
I need to find a studio so I can get on Planet Asia level.
Man, Planet Asia, he's stupid though, man. Been doing this thing for a long time.
Man, whether you on YouTube, whether you on the streaming, on the audio streaming, man, drop comments, drop voice messages, man. Let us know some of y'all favorite hip hop albums of 2018. I know there's a lot we didn't even bring up.
Oh yeah, just too much came out, man.
Yeah, man. Way too much came out, man. Next episode, 2 weeks or so, I'll cook up a hip hop topic to talk about, unless a surprise album come out of nowhere, man. That's it for episode 10, Rec League Podcast, man. Hope you guys enjoyed the NFL playoff predictions. Everybody's top 5 that submitted top 5 movies of the year, man. So just chill until the next episode.